the next governor of this state, who entered upon this campaign
with one purpose only, to point out and make public the dishonesty, the downright villainy of boss Jim W. Getty's political machine.
Hillary Clinton may be the most corrupt person ever to seek the presidency of the United States.
Every straw vote, every independent poll shows that I'll be elected.
I won the third debate easily. It wasn't even a contest, and everybody had me winning. Every poll had me winning big league. And then CNN did a poll, and they had me losing somewhat. And I said, how did that happen? I wonder. And then there were other polls that were, look, I mean, I'm winning in certain polls, and then in other polls, the dirty polls we call them, I was losing by, numbers that were ridiculous.
Yeah, I have all the polls here.
I mean, I think we're winning, but Bill, you look at some of these polls, it's absolutely ridiculous.
My first official act as governor of this state will be to appoint a special district attorney to arrange for the indictment, prosecution, and conviction of boss Jim W. Geddes.
But if I win, I am going to instruct my Attorney General to get a special prosecutor to look into your situation, because there has never been so many lies, so much deception. There has never been anything like it, and we're going to have a special prosecutor.
This Mr. Kane makes up his mind by tomorrow that he's so sick he has to go away for a year or two. Monday morning, every paper in the state except his will carry the story I'm going to give him.
What story?
Story about him and Miss Alexander, Mrs. Kane.
I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. I can do anything.
Mr. Kane,
we got evidence that'll look bad in the headlines. Do you want me to give you the evidence, Mr. Kane? I'd rather Mr. Kane withdrew without having to get the story published. Not that I care about him, but I'd be better off.
What about...
So would you, Mrs. Kane.
Melania said this was okay.
There seems to be only one decision you can make, Charles. I'd say it had been made for you.
U.S. Senator John Thune, a member of the Republican leadership on Capitol Hill, tweeted, quote, "Donald Trump should withdraw and Mike Pence should be our nominee effective immediately." Conservative Republican Senator Ben Sasse of Nebraska, a former Christian college president, made his pitch for Pence to take over, quote, "Character matters. At real Donald Trump is obviously not going to win, but he can still make an honorable move. Step aside and let Mike Pence try."
There's only one person in the world to decide what I'm going to do, and that's me.
Told the Washington Post, quote, "They're not going to make me quit, and they can't make me quit." He told the Wall Street Journal there's, quote, "zero chance I'll quit, and the support I'm getting is unbelievable."
With a million majority already against him, and the church count is still to be heard from, I'm afraid we've got no choice.
This one?
That one.
Do you think that talking about millions of illegal votes is dangerous to this country without presenting the evidence?
Not at all, because many people feel the same way that I do. And
you don't think it undermines your credibility if there's
no
no
not
evidence?
at all, because they didn't come to me, believe me. Those were Hillary votes.
Of course, we're different because we live in a palace.
You always said you wanted to live in a palace.
Oh, a person could go crazy in this dump. Nobody to talk to, nobody to have any fun with.
Susan.
49,000 acres of nothing but scenery and statues. I'm lonesome.
I love my home. I could be in my home all the time. I don't need to go out every day. I really love it here.
Do you ever pinch yourself like, oh my word, this is where I live?
Susan, I want you to stop this.
I'm not going to stop it.
Right now.
You never gave me anything in your whole life. You just tried to buy me into giving you something.
Susan!
You don't love me. You want me to love you. Sure. I'm Charles Foster Kane. Whatever you want, just name it and it's yours. But you gotta love me.
We don't have tremendous fights. We should have world record-setting fights, but we really don't. We get along very well, and there's not a lot of disagreement, because ultimately Ivana does exactly as I tell her to do.
See, wait a minute.
Male chauvinist.
Right, men, is that right?
The word rosebud is maybe the most significant word in film. Maybe wealth isn't everything, because he had the wealth, but he didn't have the happiness. The table getting larger and larger and larger, with he and his wife getting further and further apart as he got wealthier and wealthier. Perhaps I can understand that.
You know, if you could give Charles Foster Kane advice, what would you say to him?
Get yourself a different woman.